afternoon. It is Friday, February 21st, and I just had to get on here and vent a little bit as I was in the car this morning listening to the morning radio show here in Richmond and heard a story about a congresswoman named Jasmine Crockett, who comes to us from Texas, Texas's 30th congressional district. And frankly, I'd never heard of the woman before, but there's a lot of members of Congress I haven't heard about, so that's possible. Anyway, so she was being interviewed and asked about Doge, D-O-G-E, and the money that Elon and his people are finding that was stolen from us and used illegally and unethically, and the corruption involved. And she was asked about the $5,000 that has been proposed to be returned to individual taxpayers. Yeah, well, I won't hold my breath waiting for that to happen, but I'm cool with the idea. If you've paid taxes, especially income tax here in America, and that money was taken for unethical means and non-constitutional uses, then you should get your money back. And for those who think you shouldn't, or think that there has been no corruption, I don't know where your head is or what rock you've been living under, but you need to get your head out of your ass. I mean, seriously, I don't know what the hell is wrong with your way of thinking. But this woman said, and you can find the videos of it, you can find examples of the interview. So I'm not going to get the wording exact because I'm paraphrasing from what I heard. All right, let me see. First she said, we in Congress are not in the habit of just giving money away. Excuse me? What did you just say? I think I've got an example of it here somewhere. Shoot. Yeah, there's somebody to pick from. Anyway, we're not in the habit of giving money away. Well, even before Doge came along, even before Elon and his people started digging into this, is there really anyone out there, Democrat, Republican, I don't care, is there really anyone out there who believes that Congress has not been throwing away our money, has not just been giving it away? I mean, look, Democrats, I know you were all about giving money to Ukraine. How many billions with a B did we give them? Then, of course, my Republican friends, you were all too happy to give more billions of dollars to Israel. And those are just two examples. Just two. And that's giving our money to other nations to protect democracy. That's not even the stupid shit studies they did, the migration trail of the snail darter, or trans coloring books for Pakistan or some other such shit that they throw our money away on. So we've known about this for years. We know where they're sending that money. We know it's being wasted. It's buying favors. It's being laundered. But then Doge comes along and confirms it and shows you the fact. Hey, here's what we found. Here's what's in the records. And the usual suspects are going, oh, you're crazy. Conspiracy theories. Well, call it a conspiracy theory if you want. It's not a theory if it's really happening. We're not in the habit of throwing money away or giving money away. I have to be careful the language I use because I'm on YouTube and they've already warned me once, so I gotta be careful not to get my page suspended. But then she says, $5,000. I'm not sure what $5,000 would do for anybody anyway. What? Ladies and gentlemen, how could anyone have the absolute gall to say something like that? Look up the word sociopath or sociopathy. That's what we're talking about here. In 30th District of Texas, you idiots who voted for this clown shouldn't get a penny. Screw you. You shouldn't get one penny back. Vote for idiots like that. The hell is wrong with you? And as for her, the word I would use to describe her, and I don't use this word a lot, but it applies in her case. Think of if you went hunting, if you took a shotgun and went out looking for deer, what's the word for that? Rhymes with. Yes, she is. How dare her? Who the hell does she think she is to tell me that, number one, something I absolutely know is a lie, that is that, oh, we don't throw money away. And then to tell me, well, what would $5,000 do for you anyway? That's none of your damn business. It's my freaking money, and I want it back. I would like to get all of my money back that has been wasted on the government over the years. But I'll take it any way I can get it. How about you guys? Anybody out there want to help me out here? What would $5,000 do for you? Mr. and Mrs. America? God, I hope somebody from the 30th District of Texas sees this. Maybe they could tell me, what would $5,000 do for you? You who voted for this ass clown who thinks that you shouldn't get your money back. Who's going to look you in the eye and tell you an outright, verifiable, easily proven lie. Shame on all of you. Shame on any of you who vote for idiots like this. Now, and trust me, I know there's more of them like her. This one we just heard about because, it was on the radio today. But there are others like her who think, well, that's not your money. That's the government's money. That's our money. We get to spend it the way we want. You don't get to know. You don't have a right to know where that money's going. Get money back because it was found to be corruption. You don't deserve that. And besides, what's $5,000 going to do for you anyway? Man, I tell you, you guys, you're a better person than I am, because right about it, look, it should be no secret to anybody. For years, I've felt this way, but with each passing day, I'm that much closer to just, take it for what it's worth. Taking up a pitchfork and a torch and giving some people a sight from a tree limb. It's ridiculous. This is insane. Our forefathers, our founders, went to war, seceded from Great Britain over a 2% tax on a beverage. Of course, it wasn't just that, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. But we know there was a long train of usurpations. Look that one up. How much more of this shit are you willing to put up with? And if you think that just because Trump's in office now, all of this is going to change, I hope it's true. I hope you're right. I hope it does change. Although I hold no great confidence that it will. Because the problem, the corruption, the way of thinking is too deeply ingrained. Not just in the government. I mean, we know what DC's like. We know what state capitals are like. Hell, even down to the board of supervisors or city councils. They're all corrupt because they can make a lot of money off of you. But the American people allow it, put up with it, excuse it, or ignore it. You vote for these people. And then when you catch them with their hand in the cookie jar, it's like, oh, well, at least he's on our side. The reason they do these things, the reason they continue to do them, the reason they get away with them is because you don't do anything about it. As long as your party's in power, as long as it's your guy who's doing it, it's all good. I've had it way past up to here. I don't know what it's going to take for this country to revolt and start. I'm going to stop with that. But again, we don't throw money away, and you don't need that $5,000. What are you going to do with it? What good is it going to do you? But that's the way they think about you. You peon, you slave. Just shut up and keep paying your taxes. How does that feel? If anybody else treated you like that, would you put up with it? If not, why do you put up with it from the government? Is it because you fear the government? And if you do fear the government, why? What is it you think the government is going to do to you? What's wrong with the idea of making the government fear us? We have a Second Amendment. If you know anything about the history of the Second Amendment, you know why we have it. Of course, if you're liberal, you don't want to know. There's a reason why we have the Second Amendment. It's about damn time we started using it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with that. See if my page gets suspended now. Anyway, have a good weekend.